Kane Review, print speaking to the blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @CueNReview. That is @CueAndReview. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@cuenreview.com. That is INFORMATION @CueAndReview.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, date Wednesday the 29th of January 2025, is read to you by volunteers Corey, Hunter, Ian and Nikki. We hope you enjoy the podcast. Disruption and damage. Storm Aylwin hits services. Report by Kevin Roberts. One of the strongest storms in a generation brought widespread disruption across East Dunbartonshire on Friday, with the effects likely to last for some time. Along with much of the rest of the country, the area was battered by winds gusting up to 80 to 90 miles per hour, causing damage to buildings and property, felling trees, cutting off power and bringing all transport to a virtual standstill. Schools and nurseries were closed, council services suspended, and hospital appointments and operations postponed, while many shops and businesses took the decision not to open, as everyone, if possible, was urged to stay at home. All council-run leisure facilities, including Kirkintilloch Leisure Centre and the Leisure Dome in Bishopbriggs, and all cultural venues, including libraries, were closed. And some homes were left without power, including more than 100 properties in Balmore, where the supply remained off all weekend, prompting concerns from residents over the absence of any support, particularly for the elderly. Throughout the day, East Dunbartonshire Council reported dealing with more than 50 fallen trees, with no doubt many more not causing an obstruction also being brought down. Train services were cancelled on Friday and remained suspended throughout the weekend as rail staff cleared debris from the tracks and checked all the lines to ensure they were safe. Bus services were also cancelled and very few cars were out on the roads, as most people heeded the advice to stay at home. Police Scotland reported one driver in East Dunbartonshire had a lucky escape when a tree fell in front of their vehicle. The council closed all schools and nurseries for the day. They reopened on Monday with the exception of Hillhead Primary School and Early Years Centre in Kirkintilloch, which remained closed due to significant storm damage to the roof. It was expected to reopen yesterday, Tuesday, with parents and staff being kept informed of the situation. Bin collections were also suspended on Friday. For those whose collections were missed, the council is advising that its waste teams will be prioritising general waste, grey bin, collections. So, households whose grey bin was due to be emptied on Friday have been asked to put their bin out this week and leave it on the kerb until it is emptied. The council says it will aim to do this as quickly as possible. All other bins missed on Friday will be emptied at their normal next scheduled collection day. NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde also responded to the red weather warning by cancelling all non-urgent outpatient appointments and routine hospital admissions scheduled for Friday. NHS GGC apologised for the inconvenience, but, in view of the travel advice from Police Scotland, it did not wish to risk patients travelling for non-urgent care. Urgent and emergency care and essential maternity and community services continue to be provided. Anyone affected will receive a rescheduled appointment as soon as possible. And that article was written by Kevin Roberts and read by Ian McKenna. This Week in History. January 30, 1982. Stanley Holloway, actor, comedian and singer, died aged 91. On this day last year, the Queen joined some of the country's best-loved authors in helping create a collection of miniature books to celebrate the centenary of Queen Mary's Doll's House. January 31st, 1983, wearing seatbelts in cars became compulsory in Great Britain. On this day last year, Dire Straits star Mark Knopfler was to auction more than 120 of his guitars and amps, with 25% of the proceeds going to charity. February the 1st, 1979, Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Iran after 14 years' exile in France. On this day last year, Allwyn took over from Camelot as the operator of the National Lottery, the first time the game had changed hands since its launch almost 30 years ago. February the 2nd, 1972, a mob in Dublin burned down the British Embassy in protest at the Bloody Sunday killings in Londonderry the previous weekend. On this day last year, the Roads Minister announced that the Tyne Bridge would be restored to its former glory with a £35 million repair. February the 3rd, 1966, the Russians made the first rocket-assisted controlled landing on the moon with Luna 9. On this day last year, Sinn Féin's Michelle O'Neill made history after being appointed Northern Ireland's first nationalist First Minister, and that was This Week in History, date Wednesday, 29th of January. No cervical cancer found in fully vaccinated people. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Local MSP Rona Mackay has welcomed the news that no cases of cervical cancer have been detected in those across her constituency who have received the human papillomavirus (HPV) vaccine. A Public Health Scotland (PHS) study has revealed that no cervical cancer cases have been discovered in fully vaccinated women since the immunisation programme started in Scotland in 2008. The study, published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute, concludes that the HPV vaccine is highly effective in preventing the development of cervical cancer. Highlighting the importance of receiving the vaccine, Ms Mackay, SNP MSP for Strathkelvin and Bearsden, said, "Across Eastern Bartonshire and Scotland, more broadly, we have made life-saving progress in detecting cervical cancer and providing preventative treatment. The facts speak for themselves. There have been no cases of cervical cancer detected in those who have been fully vaccinated. There can be no doubt about the efficacy of this preventative healthcare, and I encourage all those in my constituency who are offered this vaccine to take it. HPV is a common virus, usually spread through sexual contact, and responsible for almost all cases of cervical cancer, the fourth most common cause of cancer in women worldwide. The HPV vaccine is offered as a routine immunisation through school-based programmes to all S1 pupils in Scotland. It helps to protect both boys and girls from other HPV-related cancers later in life, such as head, neck and anogenital cancers, as well as genital warts. In Eastern Bartonshire, 82.3% of pupils in S1 received the vaccine last year. Dr Claire Cameron, Public Health Scotland consultant in health protection, said, "By continuing to vaccinate against HPV-related cancers and encouraging uptake of screening, we hope to see them eliminated in the future. I would encourage all S1 pupils to take up the offer of the free HPV vaccine to protect themselves against future risks." PHS is working closely with the Scottish Government and the local health boards to ensure the continued uptake of the key cervical cancer prevention measures, the HPV vaccine and routine screening. Jenny Minto, Scottish Government Minister for Public Health, commented, "We welcome the findings of this report, which shows that there have been no cases of cervical cancer detected to date in fully vaccinated women who were given their first dose at age 12 and 13 years old. Vaccination and screening remain the most effective ways of preventing and detecting cervical cancer, and I would encourage those eligible to come forward to have the vaccine or attend screening appointments." And that report was written by Kevin McRoberts.
It's not too late for vaccines, as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. With high levels of flu still circulating, Public Health Scotland (PHS) is reminding those eligible to get their winter vaccines as soon as possible. Vaccination offers the best protection against serious illness from flu, as well as COVID-19. Despite this, vaccine uptake is currently lower than it was last winter. Cheryl Gibbons, lead healthcare scientist at Public Health Scotland, said, "Flu can lead to severe illness, particularly for vulnerable groups such as older people, pregnant women, and those with underlying health conditions. Getting vaccinated is the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones, and it's not too late if you're still to take up the offer." Drop-in clinics are running in many areas. Visit nhsinforum.scot/winter vaccines for more information. The COVID-19 vaccine is available until this Friday, January the 31st, while the flu vaccine is available until the end of March. No ban on shock collars for dogs. Scottish Green MSP Ross Greer has hit out at members of the Scottish Parliament from the SNP, Conservatives and Lib Dems for uniting to block a ban on the use of shock collars. Mr Greer's proposed amendment to the Welfare of Dogs Scotland Bill would have made it a criminal offence to use cruel shock devices to train a dog. Shock collars have been banned in Wales since 2010. Similar bans are in place in Spain, France and Germany. MSPs were encouraged to back Ross Greer's amendment by dog expert groups such as the British Veterinary Association, Scottish SPCA, Kennel Club and the Dogs Trust. In 2023, the Scottish Government's own Animal Welfare Committee conducted a thorough review and concluded that a ban was required. Mr Greer said, "Shock collars are cruel. They cause totally unnecessary pain and suffering to dogs. That's the view of animal welfare experts, charities and the vast majority of dog owners." MSPs had the opportunity to end that cruelty, so I am bitterly disappointed that, with some honourable exceptions, the SNP, Conservatives and Lib Dems blocked a ban. I'd like to thank the MSPs who supported a ban, especially those who went against their party whips to do so. In even worse news for Scotland's dogs, though, the Minister was repeatedly asked if the Scottish Government even stood by its 2018 guidance against the use of shock collars. He refused to do so. The SNP clearly has no intention of delivering a ban on these cruel devices. Lives put at risk. Scottish Liberal Democrat leader Alec Cole-Hamilton, MSP, has warned that malicious calls to the Scottish Ambulance Service are putting lives at risk, as he revealed that there have been more than 11,000 of these calls over the last decade. A Freedom of Information request revealed that since 2014, ambulance staff have had to deal with 11,353 hoax calls. Since 2020, they have spent more than 1,600 hours handling these calls. Mr Cole-Hamilton said, "Every call handler tied up in dealing with a malicious call is one who is unable to help save a life elsewhere." Across the NHS, staff are stretched to the limit. They simply cannot afford to deal with time wasters who are endangering the lives of others. The Scottish Government must educate the public about the consequences of wasting call handlers' time.
Thousands have been betrayed, a report by Kevin McRoberts. Local MP Susan Murray has hit out at the UK Labour government's betrayal of WASPy women, as figures from the House of Commons Library revealed 6,650 women in her mid-Dumbartonshire constituency may have lost out on pension payments. A further 5,690 women have been affected in the neighbouring Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch constituency. A WASPy woman herself, Susan, has met mid-Dumbartonshire WASPy campaigners on multiple occasions and has committed to supporting them both in the House of Commons and in the community. Susan said that 6,650 women in mid-Dumbartonshire and over 300,000 women across Scotland are facing this injustice is appalling and highlights the sheer scale of the problem. The Chancellor and the Prime Minister must listen to what the WASPy women are telling them, right this wrong, and prevent this kind of injustice from happening in the future. It's been my privilege to campaign alongside the WASPy women, along with my fellow Lib Dems, and they should know that we are with them for the long haul. Last week, Susan's Liberal Democrat colleague Beatrice Wishart, MSP, joined fellow MSPs from all parties at Holyrood, including Scottish Labour, in voting unanimously to call on the UK government to reconsider its decision not to compensate women born in the 1950s affected by changes to the state pension age. The Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman, PHSO, suggested compensation of between £1,000 and £2,950 per person. Many Labour candidates backed the WASPy women ahead of last summer's general election, but following their party's victory, the UK government has refused to pay compensation. Beatrice commented, "The UK government has turned its back on millions of women who were wronged through no fault of their own, ignoring the independent ombudsman's recommendation, and this is frankly disgraceful." For years, Liberal Democrats have pushed the government to fairly compensate WASPy women in line with the Ombudsman's recommendations. The Conservatives left our economy in a shambles, but pensioners shouldn't be asked to pay the price. The Liberal Democrats will fight for WASPy women. The UK government must urgently change course and rethink this shameful decision. At Holyrood last week, Shirley-Ann Somerville, who proposed the motion on behalf of the Scottish Government, said the UK Labour Government's response had been astonishing, as it had accepted the PHSO's findings, apologised for the DWP's maladministration, but refused to pay compensation as it would not represent good value for taxpayers. Surely we can all agree if you are willing to accept responsibility for your actions, you should also face the consequences as laid out by an ombudsman's report, she said. Labour's Monica Lennon also told the Parliament that while the apology from the UK government was really welcome, it was not enough and not good enough. She said, "It is undeniable that the Labour government has been handed a tough inheritance after 14 years of Tory chaos, but 1950s-born women are not to blame for the constraints of public finances, and the UK government is not powerless to act." That report was written by Kevin McRoberts and read by me, Nikki.
Feel Good February. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Get active in Eastern Bartonshire and you could earn rewards on the go, as well as being in the running for free leisure access and a refreshing cuppa. If you walk, wheel, cycle, run or use public transport, download the Better Points app and register using your postcode. Each eligible journey earns points, which can be spent at participating local businesses or donated to charity. Join the movement, and more than 600 registered users, and sign up for the Better Points Eastern Bartonshire Challenge. As a bonus, a month-long all-inclusive leisure membership will be given away every Saturday in February, courtesy of Eastern Bartonshire Leisure Centre, EDCLC, Trust, which can be used at the Allender Leisure Centre in Bearsden, Kirkintilloch Leisure Centre or the Leisure Dome in Bishopbriggs. On top of that, you can win a hot drink from the cafe every day at any of the 3 centres. Complete at least 22 minutes of activity per day and you'll be eligible for both prize draws. To get started, download the Better Points app, www.eastdun.betterpoints.uk and register. Councillor Jim Gibbons, Chair of EDLC Trust, said, "We're pleased to be working with Better Points to encourage local residents to take steps to improve their fitness, boost their well-being and earn rewards on the go. Each eligible activity secures points which can be spent at participating local businesses, redeemed for vouchers at major retailers and hospitality venues, or donated to charity." And that report was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Help is available to ease your financial anxiety. A report by Joseph Beardsall. Christians Against Poverty, CAP, is launching its yearly Budget Not Blues campaign to help people in East Dunbartonshire improve their financial situations. The charity, which partners with churches to offer free face-to-face debt advice, highlighted a poll by Opinion Research to show there is a need for greater budgeting support in Scotland. Money worries are common for many. Over a third, 36% of adults in Scotland say they have daily anxiety about their finances. And around a quarter, 24%, say they would like budgeting help. Many want face-to-face help, with around a third, 32%, saying they would find in-person financial advice helpful. Ross Hutchinson, CAP's Kirkintilloch Debt Centre manager, said, "Winter often brings financial anxieties, and with energy bills and prices continuing to rise, the pressure all adds up. However, CAP's Budget Not Blues campaign offers a clear path to taking back control of your finances." Ross has outlined some simple, effective steps to improving your financial situation. Find out your financial personality. Try out CAP's new Money Personality Quiz, which provides useful tips on building a better relationship with money and helps people understand their spending habits. Create a personal budget. Creating a personal budget is key to understanding your financial situation in order to make positive changes. Download CAP's budgeting guide at capuk.org/budgeting to create your own personal budget. Cut back, cut costs and cut out. To make sure your money goes further, you can reduce spending by cutting back, reducing how much or how often you buy something, by cutting the cost, finding it cheaper elsewhere, or by cutting the expenditure out completely, identifying if it's a need or want. Seek free help. Attend a CAP service to help you further improve your financial situation. You can find more information at all CAP's free services at capuk.org/money and visit the moneyhelper.org UK website for a wider range of support. If you're struggling with unmanageable debt, you can call CAP's helpline 0800 328 0006. Build an emergency fund to avoid those unexpected costs that arise. It is important to save for future emergencies. Start small so that it is manageable within your budget and set your bank account up to transfer the money into a savings account automatically so that you're not tempted to spend it. It takes time to build, but an emergency fund can offer huge peace of mind when unexpected costs arise. Ross added, if you're struggling with your finances, my message would be to seek free debt advice as soon as you can. Our latest data also shows the need for further financial support for many people across Scotland. CAP is already working alongside many fantastic churches to offer free help to local people, but we'd love to increase the amount of churches we work with so we can help even more people. I would encourage any church leaders who are interested to visit capuk.org to find out more and get in touch if you're interested in running a service. That report was written by Joseph Beardsall.
More homes are better connected. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Around 2/3 of homes and businesses in East Dunbartonshire can now get connected to ultra-fast, reliable broadband as Openreach continue to roll out the nation's new digital network. The company, which has spent more than £435 million on full fibre links for Scotland so far, has revealed half of Scottish homes and businesses can now get connected. That's 1.45 million properties are now able to upgrade, and so far take-up is just 38% ahead of the UK average. East Dunbartonshire currently has a 65% coverage. Around 30% of the new fibre footprint is in rural areas, with around 100,000 of the hardest to reach properties upgraded with Openreach, working with the Scottish Government through its Reaching 100% rollout and other public sector partners. New research from the Centre for Economics and Business Research shows the fibre rollout could deliver a £4.38 billion boost to the Scottish economy by 2029. Economists say it could attract an extra 27,399 new residents to Scotland, mostly in lower density regions, and bring about an increase of 17,809 home-based workers. The new fibre network now reaches over 64,000 Scottish businesses, 1,500 educational establishments, 900 hospitals, GP and dental practices, 590 care and nursing homes, 1,400 church and village halls, and 160 emergency and rescue services buildings. Katie Milligan, Openreach's Chief Commercial Officer and Chair of its Scotland Board, said, "Fast, reliable connectivity is a game changer in every part of Scotland. It fuels economic growth and can support the redistribution of economic activity to less populated areas. This is quite simply one of the most significant infrastructure upgrades Scotland will see this century. We are paving the way to future job creation, remote work, digital learning, and innovative healthcare access. We're proud of the progress our engineers have made, and there's lots more still to come. Work is continuing in dozens of cities, towns and villages throughout Scotland." The Scottish Government's Minister for Business, Richard Lochhead, said, "This is a significant milestone in the mission to deliver faster, more reliable broadband to home and businesses across Scotland. In today's world, fast, reliable broadband isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity for many individuals and businesses. That's why we're committed to extending coverage through public sector investment while continuing to encourage commercial build. We will continue to work with Openreach to deliver access to faster broadband where it is needed most, in rural and island communities, through the Scottish Government's Reaching 100% programme, which has benefited from more than £600 million of Scottish Government investment. People can visit www.openreach.co.uk/ultrafast-full fibre to register for updates on the full fibre rollout and check their postcode to see if and when services are available. The Openreach network offers a wide choice of providers, including BT, Sky, TalkTalk and Vodafone." And that report was written by Kevin McRoberts. SSPCA's new approach, matchmaking service for pets. Report by Julie Curry. The Scottish SPCA has launched a new adoption and fostering service to help animals find their perfect match. Potential new owners can now input their exact requirements, and the charity matches them with an animal who would be a perfect fit for them. The new initiative means owners can list their preferences and lifestyle requirements before receiving a list of tailored matches to select their perfect paw mate. Jenny MacDonald, Head of Fostering, Rehoming and Community Engagement, said, "Through listening to customer feedback and conducting relevant research, we have completely redesigned our fostering and rehoming service. This aim is to improve animal welfare, the overall process for our teams, and to make it more user-friendly for all. Prospective new owners will now be able to create an account with us and complete one application form. Previously, they would have had to complete an application for every animal they were interested in. Our new process considers the lifestyle and preferences of the person applying and allows us to match them with animals in our care. We work together to truly understand their needs, listen to their feedback, and ensure we can find them their ideal pet. Adding an animal to your family is a long-term commitment, so we want to be sure to find the best fit for you and your family." Last year, the charity saw a 13% increase in adoptions and 21% increase in fostering. This has had a significant impact on reducing the average days in care from 127 to just 58 days. And the hope is that this new service will continue this trend. If you are not sure about adopting an animal, then fostering could be an option for you. Many animals don't cope well with a kennel environment. Some come from situations where they may not have been well socialised with people or other animals, and others may never have experienced their care and affection they deserve. In these situations, the charity knows that quickly moving animals into a home environment is the best thing for them. Not only does it give them much needed love and affection, being on foster builds their confidence and can improve their health and well-being. Fostering also allows the charity to learn more about the animal, meaning they can be found the most suitable permanent home. It also helps to free up space in the centres for more animals who are in desperate need of help. To find your dream pet, or if you're interested in fostering, please visit the website at www.findapet.scottish.spca.org/find-a-pet. Since 1839, when the Scottish SPA was first founded, it has existed for one reason: to make Scotland a better place for animals to call home. The charity rescues, protects and leads conservation and animal welfare. Public support. The Scottish SPCA receives no government funding and prides itself on never putting healthy animals to sleep. Separate from the RSPCA, which works in England and Wales, the SSPCA is also the only animal charity in the UK able to report animal cruelty cases to the Crown, with the reports sent to the Crown Office Procurator Fiscal Service. As well as the National Wildlife Rescue Centre in Fish Cross, Clackmannanshire, the charity runs 7 centres across the country, from Inverness covering the Highlands and Islands to Edinburgh and Lothians in Balerno. To find out more or support its work, visit www.scottishspca.org. And that report was by Julie Curry.
Share your stories to help others. A report by Dawn Renton. People in East Dunbartonshire who have successfully given up smoking in the last couple of years are being encouraged by a campaigning health charity to share their stories about how they managed to quit. Ahead of No Smoking Day, which takes place in March 12th, Ash Scotland is urging residents who have stopped using tobacco to share what motivated their quit smoking attempts, and if they gave up through sheer personal determination or used the free support that is available in the NHS from local Quit Your Way services or pharmacies. Sheila Duffy, Chief Executive of Ash Scotland, said, "Ahead of No Smoking Day on March 12th, we would love to hear successful quit smoking stories from people in East Dunbartonshire about how they have started to live tobacco-free in the last 2 or 3 years. We are excited to hear everyone's inspirational stories, which could encourage others to quit smoking for the first time or try again to benefit from a healthier future and enjoy spending the money they have saved in other ways." The charity is asking people to share stories up to a maximum of 200 words by emailing comms at ashscotland.org.uk or via www.ashscotland.org.uk/share-your-story. Ash Scotland is tackling tobacco head-on by campaigning to reduce the harms caused by smoking. For more information, follow the health charity's social media channels on Instagram and Facebook. For those trying to quit, tips and resources can be found at www.quityourway.scot or call Quit Your Way Scotland free helpline on 0800 848484. That report was written by Don Renton.
Marie Curie seeks volunteers. Marie Curie is calling on people in East Dunbartonshire to support his Great Daffodil Appeal this March by giving up a few hours to distribute the charity's iconic daffodil pins in exchange for a donation. Every 5 minutes, someone dies without the care they need. The Great Daffodil Appeal encourages everyone to wear their daffodil pins and donate to help Marie Curie bring expert end-of-life care to more people. The charity's flagship fundraiser helps raise much-needed funds so that Marie Curie nurses and healthcare professionals can provide expert support and hospice care in the comfort of home at its 2 Scottish hospices and via its information support services. To find out more about how you can help, visit mariecurie.org.uk/daffodil. The iconic daffodil pins will also be available in Morrison's, Superdrug, Savers and SPAR stores this March.
Our new air ambulance will be a real lifesaver. Report by Julie Curry. Scotland's charity air ambulance, SCAA, is set to launch the UK's most advanced helicopter air ambulance of its type. The new Airbus H145-D3 is in production but should be ready for operational service later this year. A state-of-the-art twin-engine, 5-rotor aircraft, it would replace an existing EC-135 at the charity's Aberdeen base. David Craig, SCAA Chief Executive, said, "The H145-D3 is an aircraft that will help fly SCAA into the next decade. No one in Scotland should die because help can't get there in time. This new helicopter will offer greater range, endurance and capacity, which significantly enhances our life-saving service and their ability to meet the ever-growing demand on pre-hospital emergency response teams. Where our new H145-D3 takes to the skies, it will be the most capable air ambulance of its kind in the UK. It will be a lifesaver." SCAA operates 2 helicopter emergency response air ambulances based at Perth since 2013 and Aberdeen since 2020. David said, "The decision to strategically focus on introducing a new aircraft at our Aberdeen base was driven by reviewing our operational data across Scotland over the last 5 years. Working closely for the Scottish Ambulance Service and their doctor-led Scotstar North Emergency Medical Retrieval Service, this enhanced and more capable aircraft will ensure that, when critical care is required anywhere in Scotland, we can provide a team of specialist doctors and 2 SCAA paramedics to the scene of an emergency." A new 10-year contract with aviation partner Babcock will also see crews at both Aberdeen and Perth equipped with night vision imaging systems technology. It has recently been introduced in Perth, enabling the charity to respond more safely to emergencies. David explained, "SCAA is now able to deploy in non-surveyed locations anywhere in Scotland during darkness hours this winter using the very latest technology. This will ensure each shift is unimpeded by aviation restrictions when the sun sets or skies darken. SCAA will be able to respond whenever and wherever required. However, the operational enhancements will add an extra £2 million a year to SCAA's current £8 million costs. As a result, the charity has launched its Operation Skyward fundraising campaign." David added, "Funded entirely by public donation, SCAA has responded to more than 6,500 call-outs since 2013, with last year providing our busiest ever. In that time, the public has donated more than £65 million. SCAA last upgraded its aircraft in 2015 and launched our Aberdeen operation in 2020. The time is right to advance again. But we can't do it alone. Our appeal goes out to individuals, groups, businesses and trusts who share our ambition that no one in Scotland should die because help can't get there in time. The Scottish public have proved lifesavers throughout their amazing support. The many thousands of lives saved through our latest upgrades will be a result of their continued generosity. To lend your support, visit www.scaa.org.uk/operation-skyward. And that report was by Julie Curry.
Family announcements. Deaths. Alison, Elizabeth. Peacefully at Birdstone Care Home on January 15th, 2025. Previously from Bishopbriggs. Funeral service will take place on Monday, February 3rd, 2025 at Springfield Cambridge Parish Church for 10 a.m, thereafter to Bishopbriggs Crematorium for 11 a.m. All are welcome to join family and friends at Eagle Lodge following the service. Moore, Elizabeth McKee, Betty. Peacefully at home on January 4th, 2025. A much-loved mum, gran and friend to many. Funeral service will take place on Friday, February 7th, 2025 at Glasgow Crematorium, Maryhill for 2:30 p.m. Funeral procession will be leaving from Co-op Funeral Care Kirkintilloch from 2 p.m, and family wish to extend an invitation to join them at Kirkintilloch Miners Welfare and Social Club following the service.
Nominate NHS staff for the Excellence Awards, a report by Kevin McRoberts. Do you know someone who deserves to be recognised for their outstanding contributions in healthcare within NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde? People in East Dunbartonshire and across the Greater Glasgow area are being invited to put forward nominations for this year's Celebrating Success Excellence Awards, honouring the dedication and hard work of staff across the Health Board. Everyday NHS GGC staff deliver outstanding patient care and go that extra mile to ensure patients and their families are looked after. And the Health Board really wants the public to tell them about the individuals and teams who have made a difference to people's lives. NHS GGC is not only looking to celebrate the tremendous efforts of its staff, it is also looking for services that staff have moulded to patients' needs or projects that they have transformed the way they work. The deadline for submitting nominations is Wednesday, February 19. A panel of judges will then evaluate each submission to ensure a fair and thorough selection process is carried out. Each of the categories remains the same as previous years to ensure that NHS GGC's key aims are reflected. Better care, better health, better value, better workplace, global citizenship, nursing and midwifery, volunteer. Dr. Leslie Thompson, KC, NHS GGC Chair, says every staff member strives to provide the best possible care for our patients, and Excellence Awards look to highlight the extraordinary efforts and unwavering commitment of teams and individuals within NHS GGC. As we seek nominations for this year's award, I would like to thank everyone for their continued hard work, especially throughout the challenging winter period. These awards allow us to really celebrate the outstanding work that goes on within NHS GGC and recognise our amazing and dedicated staff. To nominate, visit the Excellence Awards webpage at www.nhsggc.scot/Excellence Awards. As well as the nomination form, you'll find more information about the awards and more details of each of the categories. That report was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Wednesday the 29th of January. Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald's letters page. Let's talk. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@gnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNSCOTLAND.co.uk. Please write letters in the subject field. Keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. It's time to embrace technology. Sir, the recent discussion on how Scottish councils can leverage technology to save frontline services from cuts is timely and vital. As an expert noted, embracing innovative solutions presents a third way, beyond mere service slashing or raising charges. It's a crucial opportunity for local authorities facing budgetary constraints. Adopting technology not only enhances efficiency, but also increases accountability and improves service delivery. A commitment to using smart systems can yield better results with limited resources, ultimately benefiting the communities we serve. As Winston Churchill wisely put it, to each a task, for each a triumph. This philosophy should guide our local councils in implementing technology effectively to address challenges. Public services need to adapt, just as the world around us does. By prioritising tech integration, councils can avoid the danger of becoming stagnant and unresponsive. The central question remains, are our councils ready to champion this transformation? Local residents deserve services that not only survive, but thrive. The time to innovate is now, and our councils must lead the way. Yours, etc. Alistair Marjorie. Address supplied. Made from girders. Sir, I see the makers of Iron Brew are switching from a Scottish marketing film to one based in London to go in a new direction. Fair enough. A decision presumably based on sound strategic and commercial reasons. Yet surely this leaves a conspicuous minority of particularly parochial nationalists in a quandary. They rush to boycott Scottish companies that are, in any way, associated with the Union flag or England, and especially London, often labelling them traitors. And yet, Iron Brew is widely regarded as a quintessentially Scottish soft drink. Dearie me, if you're a dyed-in-the-wool separatist, what do you do now? Yours, etc. Martin Redfern. Address supplied. Literary greats. Sir, now that the Scottish Qualifications Authority has removed the plays of William Shakespeare from the curriculum for excellence, they might like to put George Orwell's 1984 down the memory hole too. After all, as Orwell observed, who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. Alternatively, the SQA could focus on introducing our young people to those writers, such as Shakespeare and Orwell, who represent the very best of the inheritance of all English-speaking people. Yours, etc. Otto Inglis, by email. Free diabetes booklets. Sir, this time of year is a time when many of us think about getting back in shape after Christmas, eating more healthily, and taking more exercise. Many of your readers will have diabetes, so eating a healthy diet and taking regular exercise is particularly important for them, in addition to managing any medications they may be taking. We know that under normal circumstances this can be difficult, especially in winter when salads seem less appetising and we feel we need something more substantial. Our booklets, Diet and Diabetes Everyday Eating, will help people get back on track with their meals. Diabetes Everyday Eating provides inexpensive menus for breakfast, lunch and evening meals with 28 days of menus which help people to know what they can eat rather than what they can't. We also have a booklet, Diabetes and Exercise, to help people with diabetes, which includes armchair exercise for those who are less mobile. We're happy to send your readers these booklets free of charge. They just need to contact us on 01604 622 837. Email Jenny at IDD International. That's JENNY IDDINTERNATIONAL.org or write to IDDT PO Box 294 Northampton NN1 4XS. Yours, etc. Jenny Hurst, MBE, Independent Diabetes Trust, IDDT. Rome priorities? Sir Keir Starmer has signed up to the UK paying Ukraine £3 billion this year. The cost of the winter fuel payment was £2 billion a year. We will have an opportunity to comment on Labour's priorities at the Scottish election. Yours, etc. John V. Lloyd, by email. And that was this week's letters page, Wednesday, 29th of January.
Small independents need rates relief. Independent retailers are urging the Scottish Government to rethink plans to exclude them from the business rates relief support which was announced in the budget. Finance Secretary Shona Robertson announced on December the 4th that 40% relief towards business rates bills would only be given to the hospitality sector. Mo Razak, President of the Federation of Independent Retailers, has written to Miss Robinson urging her to follow the UK Government and grant business rates relief support to retail businesses. He said the Scottish Government appears to have the numbers to ensure that its budget proceeds next month. However, we are appealing to ministers to review the proposal that small shops are excluded from the rates relief. Shona Robertson has the money in identified funds from the UK budget, but is choosing not to spend it in this way. It is a bizarre decision.
Wednesday, 29th of January. District News Churches. Send your emails to Kirkintilloch at jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNSCOTLAND.co.uk. Churches. Home Church Scotland, Lammermoor Road, Kirkintilloch, G66 2AB. Home Church Kirkintilloch, Home Church East End, Carmyle, G32 8DP. Home Church Scaremorley, new and online. A church for all ages. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Matthew chapter 4 verse 4. Sunday, February the 2nd, 9:30am and 11:30am. Worship service and communion followed by refreshments. A warm welcome awaits you at either service, which will be identical. Monday, ladies' prayer meeting 7pm. Read through the Bible discussion on Zoom every fortnight at 8pm. Tuesday, Zoom Bible study 2:30pm to 4pm. Wednesday, prayer and Bible study groups in the church and online. Thursday, prayer meeting in church at 7am. Football 7:30pm. Friday, Youth group, 7:30pm. Prayer meeting, 7:30pm. Home radio is available every day. See Facebook, Instagram and Home Church website for the latest information for Carmyle and Kirkintilloch. Kirkintilloch Church of God at Regent Hall, Regent Street on Sunday. There will be a friendship tea service at 4pm. The speaker will be Alex Brown from Wishaw. A warm welcome is extended to all. On Wednesday, our coffee corner is open from 12 noon to 2pm. Join our friends and neighbours for home baking and coffee. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit our website on www.regenthall.org. That's www.regenthall.org. The Bible says, "The message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to those who are being saved it is the power of God." 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18. St Mary's Parish Church. The service on Sunday, February the 2nd is a cluster service when all the churches in Kirkintilloch come together. It will start at 11am and be held at the Lenzie Old Parish Church. Wednesday welcome will continue on Wednesday, January 29th, when the church will be open from 10am for tea, coffee and home baking. A very warm welcome is also available for all who join us. A short service will take place from 11:30 until 12 noon. The craft group continue to meet on Monday afternoon from 2pm until 4pm, when we will continue to knit squares which will be put together for blankets for the homeless. On Wednesday, February the 5th, we will be holding our first open doors of the year. The church will be open from 10am until 3:30pm, and tea and coffee will be available during this time. Musical entertainment supplied by Mrs. Sally McLennan on the piano and Mr. John Thompson singing will be available from 12:30pm. On Sunday, February 16th, tickets for our annual pancake lunch on March the 9th will go on sale after the service. They cost £1 plus a donation on the day. Lenzie Old Parish Church. You are invited to attend Holy Communion on Sunday, January 26th at 11am. A creche is available for children under 3. The Quilt and Craft Group meet every Wednesday 10am to 12 noon in the session room. Thursday Afternoon Club is on Thursday, January the 30th, 2pm to 4pm. Enjoy tea and coffee and home baking, followed by a game of Scrabble, Dominoes, Ruby Cub, or Uno. If preferred, you can sit back and chat and or do your knitting. There are books for sale and any donations go to Women's Aid. Come and Sing. The dementia-friendly singing group is on Tuesday, February the 4th at 1:15pm to 2:45pm. A warm welcome awaits all, and of course a cuppa with some delicious home baking. Scottish country dancing is on every Thursday, 7:15pm to 9:30pm. Come along for fun, fitness and friendship. You will be made very welcome. Kenmure Parish Church. The young and the young at heart will all be welcome to our popular First Sunday Club that meets at the beginning of our regular Sunday morning worship, beginning at 11am. Reverend Susan Anderson will lead the service. Visitors to the area will be made welcome when they join us for our services. You can attend either in person or online on our YouTube channel. The service on YouTube can be watched live as it is streamed or later at a time that suits you. You can find our channel by simply searching for Kenmure Bishopbriggs on YouTube. There will be a period of fellowship following the service in the hall when teas, coffees, juice and biscuits are served. The most up-to-date details of all of our groups that are currently running may be found in the What's On section of our website, kenmure-church.co.uk. That's KENMURE-CHURCH.co.uk. To find us on Facebook, just search for Kenmure Parish Church. If you would like to join our WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies from ABC, then email us at kenmurechurch at icloud.com. Lenzie Union Parish Church. The Sunday service is at 11 a.m. Young people are also welcome at Lighthouse and Bible class. A live stream of the service will be available on YouTube. We also have the meeting place open for tea and coffee and home baking every Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, in the new hall. Everyone, from the very young to the young at heart, is welcome to attend. We also have a good selection of greetings cards and second-hand books for sale. LUPC Bridge Club is on Wednesdays in the Old Hall, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Come and play this classic game. The coffee pot opens on Fridays for tea, coffee, home baking. A warm, friendly atmosphere for all ages. Silver Movers is on Monday, February the 3rd at 1:30 p.m. in the Old Hall. Gentle movement to music is good for both the body and the brain, and for seniors is highly beneficial. Sherry Carnegie, dance instructor, is going to lead us. Please bring a bottle of water if needed. Messy Church was on Saturday, February the 8th, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the new hall. Everyone is welcome to come along to a fun-filled hour. Challenges, crafts and experiments. St James Church, Hilton Road, Bishopbriggs. Rector Reverend Canon Paul Watson, 0141 230 4080. There is a communion service on Thursday, January the 30th at 11 a.m. in the chapel. On Sunday, February the 2nd at 9 a.m. in the chapel and at 10:30 a.m. in the church with hymns. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for tea and coffee and fellowship afterwards. On Sunday, February the 2nd, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m, there is a session of crafty kids in the hall. All families are very welcome to come along and enjoy activities together. In the evening, on Sunday, February the 2nd, there is a journey event, Surprised by Hope, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Date for your diary: Tuesday, February 11th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m, Tuesday club meeting. There are also other virtual services and groups. For up-to-date information, refer to our social media. Facebook, St James the Less, Bishopbriggs. Website, www.stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. Torrens Parish Church. The morning service at 10:30 a.m, conducted by Reverend Stuart Irwin. During the service, the youngsters meeting in creche, junior church, and FROG. To join the service online, go to www.torrensparishchurch.online.church. That's TORRENSPARISHCHURCH.ONLINE.church. The cafe is open every Wednesday 9 a.m. to 12 noon for teas and coffee and delicious home baking. Why not come and taste for yourself? The Boys Brigade meet on Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9 p.m, primary 7 to S6. More information at www.tpc.org.uk. Milton of Campsie Church News. Our daily texts on Facebook help us to keep focus on God's Word. We'll be having our own Unity celebration with St Paul's, St Mackin's and Campsie churches in March. More details soon. We've been encouraging folk to take part in the Big Garden Birdwatch. Not surprisingly, the top bird is a house sparrow. Meantime, Cafe Connect is on Tuesdays 9:30 a.m. until 12 noon. Fish and Film Night is on Wednesday beginning at 6 p.m. Time to Pray also on Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Eric Liddell. On Friday at 6:15 p.m, BB Anchor and Junior sections. Next Sunday, February the 2nd, we meet for worship at 11 a.m, Monday 9:45 a.m, Baby and Toddler Group. 2 p.m, Hobbies Club. 7:30 p.m, Badminton Club. Cadder Parish Church, beside the canal. For full details, please see our website www.cadorchurch.org. We look forward to welcoming you this coming Sunday to our morning service at 10:30am and Cador South Hall at 3pm, which is also our communion service. Services will be led by Reverend John McGregor, and music is led by Jose Javier Usendo Malo and our choir. Our church services are videoed and recorded and are available from the church website. Tea and coffee served after each service. Food bank. If you wish to donate to the local food bank, you can bring your donations of food to the church or the coffee shop. Cador Coffee Shop is open on Tuesday to Thursday, 10am to 12 noon, and Friday, 10am to 12 noon. All are welcome to come and enjoy good food and fellowship. Our organisations are now starting back after the Christmas break. Girls Brigade on Tuesday and Boys Brigade on a Monday and Friday. First Monday group meets on Monday, February the 3rd at 1:30pm in the North Hall. Age Scotland will be providing an interactive workshop on ageing well. Guild. The next meeting is on Thursday, January the 30th in the South Halls at 7pm. It is an in-house, very informal Burns/Scottish night. A date for your diaries. Our fundraiser, in aid of our projects, is a concert by the New Day Singers on Thursday, March the 30th at 7:30pm. Tickets on sale soon. 212th Boys Brigade Quiz Night, Friday, February the 7th, 7:30pm. Cador South Halls. 92nd Girls Brigade Intergenerational Curling Competition, £10 per team, Sunday, February the 9th, South Hall. Curling, with a K, starts at 1:30pm. Lunch will be available after church. This will be a charity fundraiser for Glasgow Street Aid. Chat and play. Saturday, February the 1st, 10am, South Hall. Early fellowship on Zoom and in person at the South Hall, Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30am. And that's this week's church news. Wednesday the 29th of January. District News General. St Columba's Men's Club. At 7:30pm every Monday, St Columba's Men's Club meets in the Church Hall at Old Isle Road, Kirkintilloch, and offers a very warm welcome, together with the chance to play a bit of pool or snooker, dominoes, or even some table tennis, or just enjoy a cup of coffee or tea and a chat. Members come from all around. If you would like more details, contact either Ian Gibb on 0141 776 5453 or Jim Kennedy on 07767 124 416. Westminster View. Think about installing a heat pump, by Susan Murray MP. Thank you to everyone who came along to my online webinar about heat pumps. Thanks also to our expert panel and the MCS Foundation, our charity partners. Heat pumps warm our homes by extracting heat from the air or ground outside. They work in many styles of houses and flats and continue working even at temperatures below zero. There is reliable information available about heat pumps and the grants which funding may be available for those considering one when their gas boiler comes to the end of its life. The webinar was very popular and I hope dispelled some of the myths surrounding technology, particularly regarding how they work and the best way to get the right installation for each home. Heat pumps are new to most of us, so it was good to do a bit to make sure that we all understand how they can be an excellent choice to keep homes warm using renewable energy. Local residents from all over Mid Dunbartonshire tell me they care about the planet and they want to keep their energy costs down. Heat pumps help combat climate change, are cost effective and can do both. As your MP, I receive a lot of correspondence on many different issues, but the environment, energy costs and the cost of living are never far from the top of the pile. I understand many of my constituents want climate change to be tackled and want to make a difference themselves. Others may simply want to continue having a warm and cosy home when the time comes to replace their old boiler with a cost-effective solution. Heat pumps do both, using the electricity generated here in Scotland from renewables to provide an effective, reliable heating system. If you are making decisions about your heating and energy use, I hope that you will consider finding out more about heat pumps as part of your planning. Contact my team for details of trustworthy and reliable information by emailing susan.murray.mp@parliament.uk, and they will provide you with a link to the recording of the webinar and other reliable sources of information. We can tackle climate change and keep our community green without major lifestyle changes by making well-informed decisions. And that was the Westminster View by Susan Murray MP. Watson is a gentle companion. Meet Watson, a 14-year-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier cross. Watson is a sweet and loving boy on the lookout for a forever home where he can rest his paws and enjoy his golden years. Watson is great with older children, aged 8 and over, making him an excellent family companion. Despite his age, Watson remains lively and loves playing fetch with his ball and exploring new smells on his walks. He would thrive in a home with a garden, where he can potter around and play with his new family. Watson prefers quiet walks in areas where he's less likely to encounter off-lead dogs, and he would like to be the only pet in the home. He is a gentleman who adores being around his family. For more information, visit www.dogstrust.org.uk. Sister Act 2. Another dementia-friendly screening, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, can be seen at the Kirky Cinema in the Kirkintilloch Town Hall, Union Street, on Friday, February the 7th. Doors open at 1:40pm for a 2pm showing. Tickets are £5 and carers go free. Working in partnership with Alzheimer's Scotland, our dementia-friendly screenings are carefully structured to suit the needs of those living with dementia and their carers. The hall is light with the volume reduced. There will be friendly staff available throughout the movie for a wee blether. These screenings are a relaxed and friendly atmosphere where we encourage chatting and dancing. Come along and enjoy. Everyone is welcome. Glasgow. Dunedin Concert. Scotland's award-winning Baroque ensemble, Dunedin Consort, embarks on a short winter tour this February, visiting Cumbernauld, Musselburgh, Motherwell, Linlithgow and Greenock for an evening of chamber music showcasing the genius of composer Henry Purcell. They will perform on Wednesday, February the 5th at Lantern House, Cumbernauld, 7:30pm, and on Friday, February the 7th at Motherwell Cathedral, 7:30pm. Featuring tenor Nicholas Mulroy and a small group of Dunedin Concert string players, the programme knits together some of Henry Purcell's greatest tunes with instrumental music by his contemporaries George Moffat and Giovanni Battista Draghi. Nicholas Mulroy comments, "The programme begins at nightfall and takes the form of a dream in music as we descend into the mystery, solace and darkness of the night. The music examines love, loss, dreams, joy, and offers a rare and precious chance to fully explore the dramatic and emotional range of one of the greatest of composers." Andrew Trinick, Chief Executive of Dunedin Consort, writes, "We are very excited to take Dunedin Consort on the road and present the fabulous music of Henry Purcell away from the main cities. Whilst we have previously performed in Cumbernauld, Musselburgh and Greenock, this is our first visit to Linlithgow and Motherwell, and we are looking forward to meeting audiences, old and new. Further information at www.dunedin-consort.org.uk. Reanimator, the Bloody Musical. Based on the famous story by H.P. Lovecraft and the hilarious 80s horror film, Shock Horror Theatre presents Reanimator, the Bloody Musical. Herbert West is about to realise that bringing people back from the dead isn't as easy as it looks in the movies. Govan Workspace, 6 Harmony Row, G51 3BS from Thursday, February 27th to Saturday, March the 1st. Tickets from www.ticketsource.co.uk. And that was this week's District News General, read by me, Ian. Sport. Rossville remain in touch to go up. Report by Brian Newell. Rossville boss Josh Gardner admits his side are slightly disappointed with their current league position in the West of Scotland 4th Division. Last season, Rossville just missed out on promotion and at the start of this campaign were among the favourites to go up. They currently find themselves sitting 6th in the table, 1 place behind West Park United and 6 points off the promotion spots. Speaking on SM Media's The 80 podcast, Gardner said, "If I'm being honest, I would probably say the general consensus in our changing room is we could be doing a lot better. We're a bit disappointed. There's obviously other factors in that we have quite a long injury list and stuff, but I sort of changed my target around November time. The way it was going, I just wanted to stay within touching distance at the start of the year, and we've done that. I think it's going to go right to the wire, so it's quite exciting. We're in the hunt, and for a club like Rossville, that's where we expect to be. We'll give it a right good go and see if we can eventually get up, but it's getting harder and harder." Rossville were due to host Port Glasgow on Saturday, but storm damage at Kirkintilloch Community Sports Complex saw the game called off. Matches involving Kirkintilloch Rob Roy, Glasgow Pershire and Finnart were also postponed. Of the matches that did take place, Petershill won 3-1 at home to Thorneywood United in the First Division, while Ashfield lost 7-1 away to Kilwinning Rangers, and West Park United lost 3-1 at Giffnock. Saturday fixtures: First Division, Ashfield vs Cumbernauld United. Second Division, Caledonian Locomotives vs Larkhor Thistle. Third Division, Dalry Thistle vs Finnart. Lugar Bosworth Thistle vs Glasgow Pershire. Fourth Division, BSC Glasgow vs Rossville. West Park United vs Knightswood. South Challenge Cup, Round 5, Glasgow United vs Kirkintilloch Rob Roy. And that report was by Brian Newell. Stock car racing. Drivers pick up awards at annual presentation. The annual staging of the Mini Stocks Awards presentation and disco was held at the Hill of Beath Community Centre, organised by Nicola Sharp and Laura Alexander. It has been another exciting Mini Stock season, with the drivers in good form serving up action-packed racing. There was a touch of sadness about the occasion after the recent death of scrutineer Brian Cuthill. Each driver received a memento to mark the exploits of the 2024 season from the 1300 Saloon World Champion Darryl Ray, with Stuart Sheville Jr., Kieran Abernethy, Bailey Miller, Oliver Heron and Kevin Graham present. Amongst the awards given was the presentation of the National Points Championship trophies to Rhys Kelly from Crimond, David Philip Jr. for Lochgelly, and Oliver Heron for Racewell. The Track Points Championship winners were Kelly for Crimond and Lochgelly and Philip Jr. for Racewell, while Demi Richer won the Girls' Points at Crimond. Kelly was also the winner of the Disco Series, as well as picking up a recognition award, while Philip Jr. also won the ORCI Championship and was voted Driver's Driver of the Year. The Novice of the Year awards went to Aidan Davidson for Crimond, Sheffield Jr. for Lochgelly, and Caitlin Mitchell from Racewell, with Lana Midler as Newcomer of the Year. Mason Seeley won the British Championship, and Kerr Patterson the East Lincolnshire Trophy, whilst Charlie Hardy made it a clean sweep of the Scottish, English and Irish Open Championships. The report was unattributed, but was read by me, Ian McKenna. A chance to try out hill running. Report by Don Renton. Young people are invited to come and try junior hill running, with sessions taking place at the beginning of March. Following the successful launch of this initiative last year, the Hill Running Commission are again organising a range of come and try under 13 training sessions across Scotland on Saturday, March the 1st. Hill running is a friendly, exciting and challenging sport, perfect for developing strength, balance and agility, which are important in all athletic disciplines. No previous experience is needed to take part, so if you have wondered what hill running is all about, why not give it a go? There will be 5 come try days across Scotland designed for younger athletes who would like to try off-road running. These will take place at Borders, People's Hydro Hotel, Edinburgh, Abercorn Sports Club, North East Aboyne, North Clash Highlands, Abriachan, near Inverness, West, Campsie Memorial Hall, Lennoxtown. The morning will run from 10 AM to 1 PM and will teach some basic hill running skills and be a fairly gentle and supportive introduction to the discipline. A session for older juniors, those who will be under 15 up to under 18 for the 2025 hill running season, will take place the next day. It will be held in Perthshire at Sanderson Hall, in St Fillan's in the back of Loch Earn on Sunday, March the 2nd from 10:30 AM to 3 PM. Training will take place on the slopes above the village and will work with hill fitness and skills during the session. It is also a great way of getting to know your fellow hill runners ahead of the busy season ahead. Each day is run by qualified coaches on behalf of the Scottish Athletics Hill Running Commission. Robbie Simpson, Mountain Running International and Commonwealth Marathon bronze medalist, will be on hand at the Under-18 training day to share his experience and insights. The days are open to anyone and are not organised by a specific club, so young athletes can come and try it irrespective of who they normally train with. In order to sign up for an event, visit www.scottishathletics.org.uk and fill out the relevant form. Article is unattributed, read by Ian. Speedway. Tigers co-owner excited by the lineup for 2025. Report by Phil Lanning. Glasgow Tigers co-owner Peter Facera admits he is really excited by the new team ahead of the new season beginning in April. The campaign gets underway a week earlier than previously announced, with Tigers at Edinburgh Monarchs on Friday, April the 4th, for the first leg of the Scottish Cup. The fresh lineup is a potent mix of youth and experience. Big hitters Chris Harris and Kyle Howarth, joined by Dan Thompson, Leon Flint, Ashton Bogan, Freddie Hodder and Max Perry. Speaking to the Talk Speedway podcast, Facena opened up on his views behind his family taking ownership of the Tigers a decade ago. He also gave a positive outlook on the sport and his delight in hosting the Big British and FIM events at Ashfield Stadium. On the forthcoming season, Facena revealed, "We know we've got a really good racetrack, so we want to have racers. People that can pass and have a go. Kyle and Chris, that's what they are. That's what they do. Leon was great last year. He was a bit up and down by his own admission, but one great thing was he was great at his passion and his commitment. How great he was as a team player and how great he was in the pits. That was a big part of why we brought Leon back. Dan obviously had a great season, the fact that he can ride any track. He spent all that time at Leicester and Ipswich, which are tighter tracks as well. Now he wants to spend time on a faster, flowing track like ours. He wants to put the work in, is right up for it. Ashton has got all the potential in the world, and there's no pressure on Freddie and Max at the bottom. Certainly they're putting in the commitment, they're in the gym all the time. Freddie actually works for us now at Allied Vehicles. He's got a job as a driver in our rugby branch. So they're certainly right up for it. They've got good backing and good equipment. I'm really excited about this year's team. You need a bit of luck in Speedway, people not to get banned or injured. Fingers crossed we get off to a good start. To hear the full interview, listen to the Talk Speedway podcast on all major streaming platforms. Report by Phil Lanning. Lead at the top cut after Hibs defeat. The author of this article is unattributed. Glasgow City saw their lead at the top of the SWPL 1 table cut to 2 points as they lost 3-1 away to Hibernian on Sunday. The visitors had only conceded 5 goals in their previous 18 league outings, but found themselves 2-0 down after just 6 minutes, with Kathleen McGovern and Ailey Adams both heading home. City pulled one back after 22 minutes, with Brenna Oliveira turning in an Emily Wheeling cross. However, McGovern restored Hibs' 2-goal advantage 2 minutes into first half stoppage time. City would dominate the second period, but the best of the chances all fell to defenders Amy Muir, Lisa Evans and Samantha Van Diemen, without keeper Noah Schumacher being seriously troubled. City assistant coach Leanne Crichton told the club's media team, "I'm really disappointed. The manner in which we started the game was just unacceptable by our standards. We showed a response after we had went 2 behind, and had a couple of chances that could have got us 1 back a bit quicker. But the fact is, if you defend your box in the manner we did in the first half, then you're going to be punished. It's one afternoon of football that we can look at, reflect on. It's an opportunity for us to learn and do better. City are in Scottish Cup action this Sunday as they host Celtic in the 4th round. Rossville ladies were due to host Barramuir in the SWPL2, but storm damage at the KCSC saw the game postponed. The author of that article, again unattributed, and it was read by Ian.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.